All right, in this video, I'm going to show you how to get started making this object. So you're going to go to OnShape.com from your dashboard. You're going to select Create and Document. We're going to create a new document. We're going to call it Task 1. So we have our first part studio right here. We're going to make this part. We're going to start by drawing this L shape on the front view, and then we'll extrude it back. So the dimensions are, the height is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 centimeters high. The thickness here is 2 centimeters, and the width is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 centimeters wide. So we're going to come in here and we're going to start a sketch on the front plane. And then if we push N on the keyboard, it'll give us a straight on or normal view. You can also push P on the keyboard to make all the original planes disappear. We're going to get the line tool here. And I'm going to make, starting from the origin, you want to make sure that it's locked vertical. My height was about 5, so I'm going to go up till this thing says about 5. Then I'm going to go over about 2. Oh, wait, I haven't changed my dimensions yet, so hang on just a sec. I'll make the L shape here. Notice that you can get it to light up. That says it's the same level. Then click. Okay, so I'm going to go to this little menu up here and change my workspace units to centimeters. And then I'm going to use my dimension. Oh, that kicks me out of the sketch. So I'm going to have to double click on sketch 1 to get back into it. Now I'm going to put some dimensions on this. And if we look back, the height was 5, the width was 7. So I'm going to get my dimension tool here. This one, I'm just going to select that, and I'm going to call that 5 centimeters. You can just push 5 and hit enter. The width here was 7. And then that was 2 centimeters thick. This was also 2 centimeters. And now we've got all of our geometry is turned black to indicate that it's locked in place, fully defined. If you try to like grab and move stuff, you can't move anything around. We have the right dimensions, so we're just going to accept that sketch, and then we're going to extrude a thickness of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or a depth of 5. So I'm going to like angle this a little bit so that you can see. I'm going to accept my sketch. Then you can pre-select if you want. Maybe it won't let you. But when you first click on the extrude button, it asks you in blue right here, faces and sketch regions to extrude. So we're going to click in this area here, and you can see it starts to give it thickness. You can change the direction that it extrudes in by clicking on this arrow here or this arrow here. And the depth is going to be 5 centimeters. And then we'll go ahead and click to accept that. So now we have like the solid L shape, but we need to make this cutout at the top and this cutout on the side here. So for the cutout on the top, it's 3 units wide and 1 unit down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click to select that face right there. And then I'm going to push sketch because now I can build a sketch on that face. I'll push N on my keyboard to get the straight on view. This time I'm going to use my rectangle tool, corner rectangle. And I'm just going to place one corner up here, click, release, and then I'm going to place another corner over here. And now I need to use dimensions to get that to look right. So this is 3 centimeters. This is 1 centimeter. And then right now, my rectangle, its size is determined, but its location is not determined. So I can use a dimension to determine the location. And it's from here to there should be 1 centimeter. And now we've got our sketch fully defined here. So I can accept it. I'm going to select that little square rectangle. I'm going to select extrude. And notice it wants to build out, but I want to remove that. I want to cut it away. So I'm going to go like that. Click on remove. And then instead of telling it how far to go, you can just tell it to go through all, and it'll just cut through whatever you have. All right, now I just need to make this little cutout here. So that's 1 centimeter wide and 1, 2, 3 centimeters deep. So I'm going to select that surface to make a sketch. Push N to get straight on view. I'm going to use my rectangle tool again. I will put some dimensions on it. The thickness is 1 centimeter. That's 3 centimeters. And then I need to tell it where its location. The size is right now, but I need the location. That should be from there to there, should be 2 centimeters. Now we're locked into place there. So I can accept that sketch. Select that region. Click extrude, change it to remove through all, and then accept it. And now you see we've got our our object there. Okay, the next one we're going to do is this guy right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here and I'm going to create a new part studio. So you click on the plus sign, click on create part studio. And now we have a new part studio to start in. So I'm going to start by making this shape, and then I'll extrude it back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 centimeters. Okay, so I'm going to select the front plane, and I'll make a sketch on it. N to get the normal view, P to make all the planes disappear. I'm going to get my line tool. And starting from the origin, I'm just going to, oops, that should have been vertical. Now I have it locked vertical. That's horizontal. That is vertical, horizontal, vertical. But you want this thing to pop up here so that it's at the same height. We go up, over, down. It's okay if you get this little yellow stuff showing up, because that'll just make the bottom the same height. But you want to make sure that when you're placing this point that you don't make it vertical to that. This point here needs to not be straight below that. You don't want that point and that point lined up. So now we can start to put dimensions on this. So let's see, this height here is 3, and then 2 up there, 2 sideways there. So this one right here, I got my dimension tool selected. This should be 3 centimeters. This should be 2 centimeters. This should be 2 centimeters. That one's going to be 2 centimeters. Notice what happens if I try to put a dimension right here. It already wants it to be 3 and it comes up gray. That's because we don't need to duplicate our dimensions. So I'm going to delete that. Let's see. This down here, this is just 1 wide on each side, this little bottom part. So that dimension right here should be 1 centimeter. This one over here should also be 1 centimeter. And you can tell that there's some stuff that's still blue, right? So if you're ever wondering what dimensions you need to place, you can just kind of drag points to see what moves. So we don't have like the overall width right now. And we can get that by putting the dimension on this top part. This is 4 across. Okay, so now let's see what moves. And you can hit escape to exit any tool you're in. Notice you try to drag here, you can't move anything. But if you drag this, oh, the only thing that moves is the height of this. So we just need to put the height dimension on this. So I'm going to come back over here. Oh, that's only 1 unit high. So dimension tool, that should be 1 centimeter. And now all of my geometry is fully defined. You can tell the color changed from blue to black. So I'm going to accept this sketch. I'm going to get a little bit of a slanted view here. And then I'm going to do an extrude. And I'm going to select this surface as the surface to extrude. I'm going to go ahead and make it extrude backwards. And it was 5 centimeters. So there is our second part. And now the last one is going to be this one. So I'm going to start off by making this kind of back half here. So the overall width is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The overall height is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I just need to figure out where that slant is located. So I'm going to start off, well, I need to make a new part studio. And I'm going to select, I'm going to make a sketch on the front plane. And I am going to make a rectangle. I'm going to start from right here, make a rectangle. And I'm going to make it the height 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the width 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 6 centimeters tall, 8 centimeters wide. And now I just need to figure out where that slanty part is. So this slanty part, it goes from a height of 3 on the right side, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over from that side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the line. I'm going to make a line, and I'm just going to go from this side over to that side. Then I'm going to push escape. And then I'm going to use my dimension tool. And now here, if I try to select that, it's going to try to select the whole side. So what I need to do is dimension from this point down to the bottom here. And that is supposed to be 3 centimeters. Then I'm going to dimension from this point to this side over here. And that was supposed to be 6 centimeters. Yeah. So that's 6 centimeters. And now you can tell my sketch is defined. Everybody has, all the geometry has turned black. So I'm going to accept that sketch. I'm going to push P to turn off my planes, get a little bit of a slanted view. I'm only going to select that portion. I'm not going to select that triangle. And then I'm going to do, let's see, what would be the thickness of that part? That is 2 centimeters thick. So 2 centimeters, boom. So now I've got this back piece here. Now all I need to do is add this part. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this face and make a sketch on it. I'm going to get my line tool. And I am going to make this shape here. So from here, we're going to go over a little ways. Then we're going to have a diagonal down to there, then back to the origin, and back up to the top. I'm going to hit escape to get out of my line tool. And now I'm going to put some dimensions. I need this one here and this one down here, and that should be enough. So we got 2 centimeters here and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 centimeters down at the bottom. 2 at the top, 5 at the bottom. I need my dimension tool. So that should be 2 centimeters. This should be 5 centimeters. And now we are fully locked in. So I'm going to select that, and I'm going to extrude it 2 centimeters. Extrude 2 centimeters. And there we go.